Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is DeeDee, and most of you know I've been able to lose 95 pounds, and this channel is all about realistic weight loss, meal prepping for success, just to make sure that we are staying consistent throughout the week. I share high protein, low carb meals, and it's also about building sustainable habits that's going to help us keep this weight loss off. Okay, now today we are making 2 high protein, low carb lunch bowls. Y'all, lunch is sneaky. Now, let me tell you why I say that. So, breakfast is kind of simple. You just grab something. You can grab a protein shake. You can grab some fruit. You can just grab some coffee and you're good to go. And dinner is usually planned. But lunch is sneaky because sometimes if you don't prepare for it, you're just grabbing whatever is convenient, whatever is easiest, or just snacking all through the day. But don't worry, I got you. I got us, okay? We are gonna make sure that we are set up for success and we can be consistent throughout the week. Today, I'm making 2 bowls, a ground turkey taco bowl and a honey garlic chicken veggie bowl. I'm ready. Both meals are high protein, low carb. They're meal prep friendly for the next 5 days, and they are DeeDee approved, so they taste super delicious. All right, let's go ahead and stop the chit chat and jump right on in to this lunch meal prep. We're starting off with the ground turkey bowl, and y'all, these are the ingredients that I'll be using. This bowl just feels like taco night, but it's still balanced, protein focused, and perfect for weight loss or maintenance. So I'm gonna start off by slicing all of my bell peppers, and then I'll move on to the onion. Like, I don't really like to overthink this, y'all. I don't. I just slice it as even as possible just so everything cooks evenly. I'm using all the different color peppers just because I love that. I feel like it adds volume, it adds nutrients, and it makes meal prep feel less boring. So y'all know I love my peppers and my onions in every meal that I make pretty much. So that's all I'm doing here. Just slicing everything up, prepping it before we head on over to the stove. I'm also going to slice up some great tomatoes and set them aside. Those are going to stay fresh and they're going to give us a nice pop of flavor when we are eating the bowl. All the veggies are good, sliced up and prepped. So I've got a large skillet here that's heating over medium heat with just a little bit of avocado oil. I just added the ground turkey, and all I'm doing here is just breaking it up. Now, as we're allowing our ground turkey to cook and sizzle, it's time to go ahead and season it to make sure it is full of flavor. So I added in some garlic powder. I put in some onion powder as well. I'm also putting in some paprika just to give it a little bit of color, the ground white pepper, a little bit of salt, and of course we are using some taco seasoning. I'm just putting in about half a pack of this taco seasoning here, and then I'm just gonna mix it up real good. Now, one tip here is ground turkey, especially lean ground turkey. This is 93.7. It does cook really quickly, and it doesn't really give you much grease. So a tip is, if the turkey starts looking dry at any point, baby, just add a splash of water. That's all you need. Just add a splash of water, and it's gonna keep that turkey looking juicy, and it'll also help the seasoning coat everything evenly. All right? So all I'm doing here is just mixing it on up, allowing it to cook, and I'm breaking down those pieces. As you can see, the ground turkey is pretty much dried up. It is good to go. It's pretty much done. I've already tasted it. That thing is tasting really, really good. Our ground turkey is complete. smelling up the kitchen. Everything is smelling so good. We're gonna place this to the side and we're gonna move back over to our veggies. I'm placing a little bit of avocado oil, and it is time for us to go ahead and toss in those peppers and those onions. All I'm doing here is just mixing those veggies right into that avocado oil. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of seasoning for some flavor. So I'm adding some garlic powder and some salt and pepper. And that's it, y'all. Not too much on these veggies. And we're gonna mix everything right in. The veggies are cooking really nicely. As you can see, everything is starting to soften up, especially the onions are starting to caramelize. Now I'm adding a small amount of canned corn. Not too much, y'all. I don't use a lot. Just enough to add a little sweetness and a taco style feel. Now the corn does have 8 net carbs for each serving. There's about 3.5 servings in that one can, and I use about half a can. So if you want to omit it, you absolutely can, but I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all, I like corn. I'm just mixing it in, and I'm gonna allow these veggies to go ahead and saute and soften down a little bit more, and I'll be back. Y'all, our peppers and onions and corn is complete. It smells so good. We're gonna put this to the side as well and move on to our cauliflower rice. So I have my pan on here with a little bit of avocado oil. Y'all already know I typically steam all my vegetables first, and then I place them on the stove and just cook that moisture off. Okay, just cook it off, and that's gonna give you that nice crisp veggie feeling or veggie taste. I am gonna season it with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then I'm mixing it and letting it sit enough to get slightly golden. And our cauliflower rice is done, y'all. Let's move on to assembling these bowls. So in each container, I'm gonna start off with the base, some cauliflower rice. Then I'm moving on to my pepper, onion, and corn mixture, making sure I'm putting an ample amount in every single bowl. And then it's time for the ground turkey. So at first, I'm just using 1 big spoonful of ground turkey, and then I will go back and make sure that I spread it out and add as much protein that I feel I'll be able to eat in all of those bowls. Now I'm gonna place 2 bowls on the side, and I'm gonna show you how I plan to make the bowls on a daily basis. So I'm gonna sprinkle some shredded cheese on top. Then you remember those grape tomatoes that I sliced up earlier? I'll be placing about a handful of grape tomatoes. Then I'll slice up half of an avocado and then put about a dollop and a half of Greek yogurt for added protein. And there is my finished ground turkey bowl for the week. I'll be eating this for 3 days, and it looks so delicious. High protein and low carb. All right, let's move on to the next bowl. I am starting right off with seasoning our chicken, okay? We want that chicken to have some flavor. So I'm putting in my usual staple seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, some salt. I want a little bit of spice. You know I love that in my life, so I added some cayenne pepper and of course some Goya total seasoning. Then I'm just gonna mix everything up, making sure each piece is full of seasoning, so after it's cooked, it tastes flavorful with every single bite. Now my skillet has been heating on medium heat on the stove with some avocado oil. And now all I'm doing is adding those seasoned chicken tenderloins in a single layer into that pan. I'm gonna allow it to cook for about 6 to 7 minutes on each side, and we'll be back. Now this is what our chicken tenderloins are looking like once it's been cooking. It has this nice brown glaze, golden look. So we want to make sure that this chicken is cooked fully through. We're just going to flip it over and allow it to cook for another 6 to 7 minutes. And once that chicken is done, that is what it looks like, y'all. It's nice and golden on both sides. And if you want to make sure it's fully cooked, just go ahead and check it with a thermometer. It should be at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now in that same pan, let's make our honey garlic glaze. So I put about 1 tablespoon and a half of minced garlic into that hot pan. I wanted it to be cooked in this pan because I want those chicken droppings and all of that flavor to seep into that glaze. Now be sure not to leave that minced garlic in there too long because you don't want it to burn, because it'll give you that bitter taste. You just want it in there simmering for about maybe 30 seconds. And then you add your soy sauce. So I have some low sodium soy sauce that I've added in here. And then I'm also adding some sugar-free honey, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar-free honey, and I'm just mixing everything right in. I want it to gently simmer, so I'm making sure the heat is not too high and it's between low and medium low. All right, just let it simmer because you don't want it to get too thick and sticky. Now it's time for me to season it just a little bit, not too much, but I did add a little salt and pepper, and I wanted the spice to be in the honey glaze as well, so I added some cayenne pepper. Now I'm gonna let it simmer on the stove, and we're gonna move over to that chicken that's been cooling off because we have to cut our chicken up. As I'm dicing and cutting this chicken into cubes, I am not too worried about the sizes, okay? In my mind, I'm just cutting them into bite-sized pieces. And y'all, while I'm doing this, I'm not gonna lie, about 2 or 3 pieces did fall in my mouth. It did because I wanted to taste test it, okay? So now it's time for us to head back over to the stove and take a look at what that glaze is looking like. And as you can see, it is starting to thicken up. It's just simmering, not burning. I want to do a taste test because before we put this chicken in, we want to make sure it's tasting good. And y'all, I decided to add a little bit more honey because even though that soy sauce is low sodium soy sauce, I just felt like I was tasting more soy than honey, okay? And it's called honey garlic chicken. So I added some more honey in there and made sure that it was tasting the way I wanted that chicken to taste like. And all I'm doing is mixing it up so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And now it's time for us to add our chicken in. Let me tell y'all, that chicken is smelling so good. And all I'm doing here is just really mixing it up. I want it to coat all of that chicken, and I'm just making sure that I'm mixing it through that sauce. The sauce is the reason this bowl feels so comforting without being heavy. It feels like I'm eating some Chinese food, y'all, without all the calories or all of the carbs, okay? Y'all, this chicken is done. It is looking so good, smelling so good. We are gonna allow this to cool off and then move on to the last piece of this meal prep. It's time for us to add our broccoli to this hot pan. Again, all I'm doing really is just letting the moisture cook off. So it's pretty much cooked, but I definitely like it to have like that grilled little brown haze on it. So right now, all I'm doing is seasoning it up. I'm adding just minimal seasonings, some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder, and then I'm just gonna mix that up. If you'd like, you can definitely roast your veggies or grill them. You can just place them right there in that oven and allow them to roast. You can do that with frozen vegetables or some fresh vegetables. They taste good either way for me. So the broccoli has been just a sizzling on the stove for about 6 minutes and you could see that brown haze. That's exactly how I like my broccoli. The broccoli is done, y'all. It's time to move on to our honey garlic chicken bowls. So the first step is similar to the last. You want to start off with your base. So I'm placing in my cauliflower rice first. Then I'm placing about a spoonful of broccoli to both bowls. And then comes the chicken, y'all. Look at all this protein. I'm placing about 2 scoops of chicken into each bowl. And y'all, that is what our honey garlic chicken bowls look like. These reheat beautifully and they stay full of flavor all week. Now here is our lineup for the next 5 days, y'all. We're starting off with 3 days worth of our ground turkey taco bowls. I've separated our fresh ingredients to be added along with the shredded cheese on a daily basis. And then we have 2 days of honey garlic chicken and veggie bowl. Y'all, all these meals are delicious. They will keep you full and they are high protein, low carb. Fam, our meal prep is complete and we are good to go for the week. Now, if you're new to meal prepping, be sure to store your food in airtight containers, okay? You want to make sure your food stays fresh for the next 5 days. And when you're reheating it, you can just pop it right in the microwave for about 1 to 2 minutes. You could stir it halfway through if you'd like, just to make sure it's evenly heated up. And also remember, add the fresh items after you've reheated. So for example, the avocado or the tomatoes, add that after you have reheated your food because they're fresh and everything is going to taste really good. Y'all, this is the kind of meal prep that's going to keep you consistent even on your busy, chaotic weeks. Okay? If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it and drop a heart to show some love. And let me know in the comments below, which bowl would you try or you be willing to try? The ground turkey bowl or the honey garlic chicken bowl, okay? Both are DeeDee approved, high protein, low carb, and delicious. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.